I guess going.
Yeah, hey TB. Man, I thought it was a hell of a game. Just kind of what were your overall thoughts? You guys led most of the way, and then Alabama forced overtime, and then they just made, I guess, another play in more in overtime. So, what were your overall thoughts on the way you guys played and the competitiveness of it on the road?
Obviously it's tough to go into an environment like this and win, but we all played hard, so that's all you can ask for.
I thought that was maybe your best game since you came back, and just how'd you think you played? How do you feel right now going into getting ready for the SEC tournament?
I feel the same as the whole team. We're going there to try to win it. Going there to play hard. Another opportunity to go out there and show what we can do.
And then just the end of regulation, it looked like Mackay got fouled, but he didn't get the call. Do you feel like I'm not getting you to try to comment on the rest, but maybe that's just not a call you don't get on the road? Or how tough was that when Alabama kept coming back at you guys?
I mean, obviously their three-point shooting is dangerous, so that I feel like Kai got fouled. So that was a big point in the game. When that was a no call that killed us, I felt like.
Yeah, I might have a couple more, but I'll turn it back to Kyle if others have questions.
Anthony?
Yeah, Trevin, obviously, like Bob mentioned, probably your best game since you came back from injury. Can you just talk about, how much of an emphasis it was to get you the ball kind of, in that kind of vein, and then defensively, what was working for you as well with a couple of blocks and steals?
I was just trying to crash the glass all game. The ball comes to me, it comes to me. Just trying to play hard, with the games that we have left. Um, but it was fun to go out there and compete.
Go ahead, Bob.
Okay. Yeah, KB, I mean, how do you feel right now in terms of, you've been still knocking the rust off, or do you feel like you're kind of back to yourself? Or just how do you feel overall about your game?
Um, I feel like uh, if I'm put in the right positions to be successful, which I was tonight, then things like what happened tonight will happen. But obviously it felt good to kind of, like you said, knock the dust off or the rust off because I've obviously haven't been on my game recently.
And it seems like Eric settled on a pretty tight rotation, which is what he likes, I think, in a perfect world with you main eight guys. How do you think that rotation's working?
Uh, I feel like it worked well for us tonight. We got guys like Davenport that can come off the bench and shoot it, which you've seen tonight. And then, obviously Devo Davis, we all know his background. So, that's like our seven guys that play. And, like you said, coach was going to go with those guys. So that's what he went with.
And you mentioned Jeremiah, he's obviously a shooter, but he's been getting rebounds and making some other plays, maybe doing some things people didn't expect. Well, what do you thought about Jeremiah down the stretch here and what he's given y'all and how that's helped y'all?
Coach just, tells them all the time just to keep rebounding. And, you see that out there. He goes for every rebound, every loose ball. And, that's the DNA here at Arkansas.
And for the tournament, you got to play Wednesday night, and I guess you guys are going to get another shot at Vanderbilt, unless I'm an idiot, which is possible, I guess. But how do you feel about getting another shot at those guys?
Obviously we feel like we should have won the first game. So, be able to get to play them again, in that setting in the tournament, we're very confident going in.
And Mackay and KB, they've kind of carried y'all offensively here in a lot of games of late during what I think is a pretty good stretch for y'all. What do you thought about those two guys?
With KB, with him, he's just such a good scorer, man. Uh, it's so hard to guard him. Then when he gets downhill, it's hard not to foul him, and he's a great free throw shooter. And then with Kai, man, whenever he's out there rebounding and running the floor, he's a menace on the floor. So.
Well, you got to win this tournament. You got to win 5 in 5 days. I know you got to take it one at a time, but just sort of how do you what's the approach when you got to play that Wednesday night game and you really need to win the tournament to get the NCAA bid?
Um, Man, we'll get back. Everybody will get healthy. Everybody that's banged up will get healthy. go into that game as healthy as possible with a lot of confidence. And like you said, we're gonna take it one at a time. So starting with Wednesday.
One more if it's okay. I know it's a tough loss, but the effort's been there really the last 3 weeks, I guess, or a month or whatever it's been. Just how good do you feel about the effort, the loss aside, and how well you guys are playing going into the tournament?
Like you said, man, we're playing hard. It's just certain situations you can't control, and you know, not let we can't let things that we can't control, mess with our minds. We still got to go play a game on Wednesday. So
Okay, thank you.
good.
Thanks, Stevie. Yep, all good. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, we got Muss. Go ahead, Bob.
Eric, man, hell of a game. Thought you guys played your guts out. Just what were your overall thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, fans, players, coaching staff, you know, the object is to win. And but I mean, I can't fault our effort. We played really, really hard. I've been saying it for quite some time that we're getting better. I think we got, I mean, we look like a better basketball team, although we didn't win. It's a tough environment. Alabama's only lost 2 games on the year. Um, and one of them was a long time ago against Clemson. So hard building to play in. Um, really talented team, a team that can, Final Four caliber talent wise, and we controlled the game for 38 minutes or whatever it was. So we played good, but not good enough to beat Alabama on their home floor tonight.
And then at the end of regulation, obviously you want the ball in Battle's hands. He's been so good at driving and drawing fouls. Would you like to have seen him drive there rather than take the three, or kind of what was your thought on that?
Yeah, there was no need for the three. He made a read, and you live with that as a coach. So, don't want to put the blame on any shot or any one play, certainly. But we had the ball in the guy's hands we wanted, running the clock down, and because he was 11-11 from the foul line, certainly would have preferred a dribble drive and to try to see if we could get to scoring in zone one. Having said that, we had a dunk that didn't go down, and then we had defensively we gave up a couple catch and shoot threes without making them floor the ball, and really those few plays are the ones that would stand out right now without reviewing the film.
That missed dunk you referred to on Mackay looked like, well, it didn't look like there. Watch the replay. There's obvious contact with Pringle on the body. Just wondering your thoughts on not getting the call there.
Yeah, that hasn't happened for us all season long. Quite frankly, I mean, I saw the body contact and but it's not worth commenting. It's not worth sending things in. So I'm just, Alabama beat us, no excuses, but there was contact with Kai. I mean, whether they're going to tell us that, that after reviewing, we'll get some, we'll find out tomorrow that it was missed, but it just doesn't change the outcome of the game.
No, I get you. And like I said, I understand frustrating loss, but you guys, outside of that bad 8-minute stretch or whatever against Vandy, you guys have played pretty well going on, close to a month now. Just how do you feel like you guys are playing going into the tournament?
Well, Bob, I think it's our job as a team, as a unit, as a program to get better as the season progresses, and there's no denying that we haven't done that. Sometimes, the wins haven't come like tonight. So we'll go to Nashville and see what happens. Every game there is, it's hard to win one game there. So we have to get ourselves mentally ready and put this loss behind us and try to get ready to win the next game.
Yeah, and Trevon played, I thought, his best game since he's been back. Foul trouble wasn't as bad. Just how do you think he played? Maybe what kind of boost can that give you going into Nashville?
Yeah, I thought he played well. He was really good on the offensive glass with 5-0 boards, and I thought he did a good job. He had 2 shots blocked and got to play 30 minutes. So I thought he played a really good game for us.
He got in foul trouble the last couple games. Do you think maybe it was just the fact he'd gotten in a little bit of a groove that he didn't get in foul trouble, and how important was that he was able to be on the floor that long?
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly, defending without fouling becomes extremely important. I mean, the night foul trouble bothered us, in the backcourt, with L, having four and T Mark having four. And, certainly, want guys to be able to play extended minutes without fouling.
And you obviously played a lot through KB and Mackay, like that's been the case in most of your good games here late. Just what do you thought about those two guys as a combo for you?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing a really good two-man game, and we got to clean up our turnovers, certainly. I mean, we had 10 between those two guys, which were putting the ball in their hands, and 16 turnovers as a unit. We certainly got to clean that up. But those two guys playing off the elbows and playing in pick and rolls have been a hard cover for the opposing teams, whoever we played.
Well, Walters was a guy for them. I mean, that was got a lot of great players, but sometimes, when you do a good job on their star players, a guy like that can kind of have a game. What you think of him? Was he a guy that surprised you, that freshman?
No, he didn't surprise us. I mean, we're supposed to make him floor the basketball, and he shot the ball on a catch and shoot, and it was a crucial play in the game. We didn't make him floor the basketball, and he had a big offensive rebound. But no, he was. I mean, we talked about him. We knew he was a guy that could knock down shots and played with energy.
I might have a couple more, but I'll hand it back to Kyle if others have questions.
Anthony, do you have any questions?
Yeah, just the one from me. Obviously, Latrell Wrightsell is obviously a guy who can hit the three. He had a couple of big ones. Can you just talk about, what you saw from him in the prep and how did he kind of, I guess, hurt you down the stretch there?
Well, he's a great three-point shooter. It's a great signing by Alabama as a transfer who can make shots, and coming from Cal State Fullerton. And, he's a guy that shoots it with confidence, and he made two that were, really, really clutch for them. I thought we guarded the three-point line, followed the game plan really well until maybe the last minute and a half of the game, and then into overtime we slipped up on not making certain guys floor it, and that's a difference in a 4-point game.
Wrap us up, Bob.
Yeah, Eric Estrada, man, you guys did a great job on him. He was really struggling. I don't think he scored in the first half. He got loose a little bit in the second half. Of course, he's a guy you saw at Hofstra. Just wondering what your thoughts were on maybe some of the plays Estrada made down the stretch for Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. I mean, he went 4 for 14. He went 0 for 5 from three. I thought we did a phenomenal job. He had 5 turnovers. He made some big plays down the stretch. He's a good player, and you're not going to be able to. I mean, if you hold the guy to 4 for 14, whenever he scores, whether it's down the stretch, whether it's the last 4 plays I mean, we did a really good job. It's hard to do much more than hold the guy to 4 for 14 and there's 5 turnovers. I don't know how we could have done a better job, but he did make some big baskets down the stretch, which is what great players do.
And then you seem like you settled on this rotation now, of who you're starting after so many combos, which I get why you were trying to push all those buttons during the year. But how good is it to hear at the end, finally, you've been able to settle on a rotation you like, and it's been pretty productive for you?
Yeah, I think the rotation's, done a great job, and sometimes with some injuries and we were searching all year, and I do think in the last month we've settled on a group that's done a really good job and has competed.
And I guess I think you play Vandy on Wednesday. I think I got that right. What's your thoughts on getting another shot at those guys, and just your thoughts on the tournament in general? Obviously, it's a big ask. You got to try to win 5 in 5 days, but it's possible. Obviously,
yeah, I mean, we'll start talking about Vanderbilt as a staff, Bob, when we get on the plane. Right now, we haven't talked about them at all because we had this game on our schedule, and we'll try to get ready for them. They're a team that competes. They're well coached. They understand their roles. They have 3 stars. We got to do a much better job on their center than we did last game, and we've got to do a much better job on their 2 guards, Manjon and T. Lawrence, and then you got to take away the 3 with the other guys. So that would be some of the game plan stuff that we've got to do, and we've got to play much better than we did last game against Vanderbilt.
Got any final thoughts you want to impart?
No, thanks, you guys.
Okay,
Thanks,
thanks.
Wes.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah,